All right, good day, everyone. You're welcome to class today. So I will quickly want to teach you how to navigate around Adobe Premiere Pro and making your first edits. All right, so let's dive into Adobe Premiere Pro right away. So this is what you get when you're launching Adobe Premiere Pro, even if it's for the first time or anytime you want to launch Adobe Premiere Pro. So immediately it opens up, you would quickly want to make an adjustment to the name of the project you want to open. And we see here, you can say open new project, or you can open a previous project. So now let us quickly open a new project. Then immediately you click on open new project, it opens a dialog box for you so you can quickly make an adjustment to the name of this new project. For this case, let us say tutorial with Mr. Stu. And it's the OK. All right, it's open now. So now, this is the interface of Adobe Premiere Pro. If this is your first time on seeing this, just understand the fact that no matter how it looks, you can surely navigate around it and create professional work from this workspace you are seeing here, right here. Okay, so on this page, on this Windows, on this interface, you are seeing a lot of things, a lot of function right now. But what I would make you quickly understand is that there are different parts, there are different sections to this screen divisions you are seeing here. So one I would love to make you understand first is this particular one here, which is called the project panel. See this is the project panel. Then on this central, on this lower central side, you can call this a sequence or timeline. Okay, this is the timeline where you create a sequence and do all of your edits. Okay, so I haven't understood that. It is nice to also know that on this upper left part of the screen, it is called the source monitor. And on the source monitor, you can make everything you do on the project panel appears on the source monitor, while everything you do on the timeline, that is the sequence, it appears on the program monitor or monitor 2. So this is the source monitor, this is the program monitor, this is the project panel, and this is your timeline. Now, I haven't understood these 4 sections of the screen. It is also important to know that you would not only have these sections called what I just called them now. You can also see that on the source monitor, there are different functions of what you can do on the source monitor panel. So that means when I come to effect control, I will see a whole lot of settings on that source monitor area. So you get to understand that just as we move forward. Okay. So right about now, we're going to make an import of our video clips into the project panel so we can start editing our first video. Okay, so when you want to make an import into the Adobe Premiere Pro app, what is expected is that you use the normal channel of importing media files and you start working. However, I'd love to make you understand something, that you can do one thing in a whole different ways in video editing or in this particular software. If I see an effect, if I see something that was done by another video editor and I look at it and I want to recreate it, trust me, if I did not do it the way the person achieved his or her design, I can use other means to get it so far I understand the concept of what was done in that place. So now I would quickly want to show you the 4 ways of importing media files into Adobe Premiere Pro. Now, if you want to import media files into Adobe Premiere Pro, what you should do is when you come to this project panel here, when you get to this project panel, you simply just double click because it says import media file to start. Just double click and it opens your window, your computer window, for you to make selections from. Okay, that is the first way. The second way, you can just come to file and come to import and opens your computer to make selections from and all that. Now, the third way rather, you will just click on, instead of clicking on file, because the shortcut of importing things into Premiere Pro is Control I. So this third way, it's just to press a shortcut key on your keyboard, Control I, and it opens your computer settings for you to import your files into Adobe Premiere Pro. Now, the fourth way, it's simply to go to your computer, independent of the application. You can just minimize the app and go to your computer and locate where the video or where the media file is on your computer. Then you drag it into Adobe Premiere Pro. Okay. See, at this point, you quickly go to where your files are located. In this case, Mr. Stuco's materials. And I click on video clips and I go to stock. Then on this time, on this video, I just hold and drag it into Premiere Pro. Then it comes into the app. Okay. So after dragging that video clip into Adobe Premiere Pro, I can now double click on the video icon and I see that the video is now showing on the source monitor. Now, one thing I'll always preach is that you must be an organized video editor. And in that case, you should have your files organized on the project panel just before you start editing, so you don't have a scattered project panel workflow and all that. So right about now, I would quickly just tell you how to go about organizing your files professionally, so you are a better organized professional video editor. So on this project panel, just come to any empty space, right click and select new bin. I'll call it folder for your better understanding. Call it new bin. So when you click on new bin, you can just call this one video files. These are just folders where we are going to organize our respective media files. Then I'll click again, right click again and select new bin. So this one I can call it audio files. You can create as many as possible for holding similar media files, so you have them in group. Now, the video files, I would quickly drag the video I imported earlier. I would quickly drag it into the video file folder, so I see it under the video file. Then if I want to import, double click on an empty space there. Then I go to import audio file. So let me choose any of this audio, then open. Then it is now on my project panel. So I can drag it into the audio file folder. So I have all of these media files organized in group. So the essence of this is that as you move forward, you will definitely experience working with various media files, like many audios and lots of video files. So instead of scattering everything on your project panel and you start searching for them one after the other when you need to make a small cut in and out from one particular video, it is better you have the video, all the videos on the video folder or the video bin, and have all the audios on the audio folder or audio bin. You can create as many folders as possible, just as it suits the need you are using it for. So now, in this case, I have one video file here. I would love to import another video file by still double clicking on the empty space on the project panel. Then takes me to the computer where I would select from. Then I can select another stock, then open. It is imported. Now I will still drag it into the video file folder. Good. Double click on the empty space and I want to import something else. Let's say this, and I click open and it is also imported. I quickly drag it onto the video file folder. So now let's go first. When I open my video file folder, I see the videos that are under it. When I open the audio file folder, I see the audios that are under it. So now, for the first thing to do as you're going to start off right now, I would double click on this video icon. Now, this one can see this particular clip. It has just a video icon, while the next one under it has a video and an audio icon. The video icon is this purple color gallery shape, and this audio icon is this green color component. So this first one has just a video component. The second one has both a video and audio component, while the third one has just video component. That means there is no sound to that video. So now when I click on the icon of the first video, it opens up on the source monitor, which we have here right now. Then I can just press the play button, or I'll use my space bar, which is the shortcut to toggle between stop and play. Press my space bar on the keyboard, then I have it rolling. The video is playing seamlessly. Okay, how do you now start to make your very first edits? Now, this is the case. You would quickly have your playhead cursor on any part of the video where you want to have the start point of that cut you want to make. Now, I can just put my playhead cursor anywhere. For example, I want to start my video from here, like the video I want to take to the sequence for editing. I want to start it from here. I want it to start from here, basically. So I just press, I come here. This is a mark in, or this, and this is a mark out. So those are what I'm going to be using to select the short part of any video from the source monitor that I'll put on my timeline, which is going to in turn show on the program monitor. Now, when I press in or mark in, you see that there is a selection made at that point. Then, for example, I drag my playhead cursor to somewhere which, for example, immediately the second, on the wall clock, we have hour, minutes, and second. So that particular string, which is reading the seconds value, once it gets to 12, for example, that is what I want to end this cut. When it gets here, I'll just press, click on mark out, and that is it. So since this video has just a video component and no audio component, I would, you see, so it has just a video component and not audio component. I will just click on this video component, which says drag video only. Then I click and drag and drop it on the timeline. So when I drop it on the timeline, I see it appearing on the program monitor or the monitor 2. Okay. Now I can go again to make another selection or another cut from another video. So now I will click on this third video, Earth video, double click on the video icon. Then I press my space bar, just see what the video is like. Okay. I'll just select any points I so wish to cut from, no matter where it is. So press in, that is the mark in and the mark out. So the shortcut for that is I and O on your keyboard. So when you press I in your keyboard, it is mark in, that is this one. When you press O on your keyboard, it is this, and it is mark out. So when I press the mark in, I want to stop the cut here. Press O on my keyboard, it is mark out. Then I come to drag the video only. I put it to snap with the beginning of this second cut should snap with the end of the first cut. So there should be no space in between. Now, when there is space in between, just like you want to see now, when there is space in between, this is what you get. You see? So unless I am doing that for a purpose, I will just avoid it. Okay. So I have to drag it back so it snaps with the end of the first cut. So you have a seamless playback. You see, that is when you see from one cut to the other, it just goes. So when I was learning a musical keyboard, I had to understand the fact that, or they taught me that I must understand the fact that the finger thing, before you start playing different kind of keys and scales and everything, you really need to be good with the finger thing. That is learning how to play the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, and all of that. So now you should, on this case, consider that to be similar because it is nice that you understand how to cut very well before you approach other things. So just practice cutting. And when you're cutting, how do you practice cutting? It is just to cut according to beats or audio. Now, talking about cutting according to beats, I would always advise every person who is new to this game of video editing to ensure that they have their audio imported to the project panel and in turn added to the timeline before they start making their video cuts over the audio file. Now, let's go to the audio folder, the audio bin. Then I double click on the audio icon. I see it appearing on the source monitor. Then just toggle play and stop and you hear what the audio sounds like. All right. Let's say I want to take this audio from any point. Just press my I on the keyboard, which I said earlier, in point, and I press play. Okay, say I'm stopping there. Just press my out point. Then I come to click on this audio, drag audio only, and I click and drag it to the audio layer in the timeline. Now, the ones above are the video layers. So when you drag an audio to drop on the video layer, it will not be affected. So unless you drop the audio on the audio layer and the video on the video layer, that is video cuts on the video layer, audio cuts on the audio layer, and the audio layer is below while the video layer is above. Meanwhile, there is always a rule of thumb to this, and we understand the fact that even in life, basically, the what is above is superior to what is below. Now, what I mean by that is on these various layers, I have video 1, video 2, video 3. Now, if a particular video cut is placed above the video 1 layer, that means if we have a video on video 2 layer, and we also have a video on video 1 layer, when you're having a playback of what is on your timeline, which you will always see on the program monitor, toggle play, you see, immediately we got to this point, what happened was that there was a transition from the video 1 layer to the video 2 layer, because the video 2 layer is above the video 1 layer. So that means what is above will definitely be superior and it will show above what is below. Unless if you're doing this on purpose, you know you're doing it on purpose and you know the reason why you are doing it. Meanwhile, for the purpose of this class, we are going to work on just the first layer, where we understand how to cut and add clips together, add cuts together to get a seamless playback and a video. Okay, so we are dragging it back to the video 1 layer, so it's just flow. So it just moves as the thing plays forward. You just see the transition from one scene to the other, one clip to the other, one cuts to the other. All right, so let me go to video files again on my project panel and double click on this icon of the second video. Then I see the video on the source monitor. So play the video through, I see this. So I'll just simply make another shortcut, like a cut, okay? In and out point, then I drag. Now this particular video has audio and video components. That is why both of them are selectable. Now, if you're dragging, even if you're working with a video that has audio components, if you're dragging the video only, you can also use this drag video only icon. Just click and drag. Then only the video of that, only the video component of that clip would be dragged to your timeline. But if you want to drag just the audio, that is why sometimes I may look for a song I want to use for an edit and I don't get the audio file of the song. I would download, if I find the video file of that song, I download it, then I bring it to Premiere Pro, and I just, when I double click on it on my project panel and it appears on the source monitor, I make the selection, like the in and out point of where of the song I want to use. Then I just simply click on drag audio only. So when I drag audio only, by so doing, I drag audio only to my timeline and to help me achieve what I was looking for. That means trying to get the audio of a particular song to make an edit with. So I just drag the audio and I get the music like that to do the work. All right. So now for this one that has both audio and video component as a video, you can drag just the video or drag just the audio. But if you want to drag both the audio and video together in one drag, it's just to come anywhere around the source monitor, just anywhere on the screen of the source monitor. After you have made your in and out point selection, okay, then you click on anywhere on the screen and drag to your timeline. And you see both video and audio are coming in to be dropped on the timeline. You can see, so I'm dropping them on layer 1. That means the video component is on video 1 and the audio component is on video 2. So that is it. So that is fine. Now, let me quickly extend the length of this audio file or the music bed. Now, the reason why you would want to prefer to use types of the audio file I gave to you for this course material, the reason why you would want to prefer using it is because of the fact that as a video creator, there is this concept known as copyright. You must have heard of it. When you use somebody else's song or music to do a video edit and you put it out there on the social media space, the internet is going to bring your video down or they're going to bring it down if you don't have a copyright license to use that particular music track which you have used for that edit. So that is why we have some websites we can download free royalty music or stock music from. Now, stock music are these kind of songs, these instrumentals and everything. So if you want to search to download as many as possible, you can just go on Google and click and type free royalty music download, and you will see several ones that you can download, which you can be using for your professional edit as you move forward. Okay. So now we are going to round up our first edit, which simply we have covered how to import files into Adobe Premiere Pro, then how to create a sequence, which we have seen here, then how to make a cut from video files from your source monitor, dragging into your timeline, and it appears on the program monitor. Now, when you press play, so we get. All right, so as a bonus to this particular video, even if we're going to do it on other sessions, on other classes, you can quickly make an adjustment to the speed of a video. You must have seen video, you'll be like, this video, the slow motion is very fine. This slow-mo was fine. Now you can simply do all that here, but there are technicalities to doing slow motion and fast motion video. For example, there are technicalities for you to, if you want to make an adjustment to a particular cut. For example, I want a certain cut I made to the timeline. I want it to play on a slow motion effect. Or I want it to play very, very fast. You must have seen videos where they're trying to explain how to cook something after explaining the ingredients on the table, and they want to start cooking. They tell you, you just see the video start running so that they don't waste your time watching how they cut the onions, how they dice the tomatoes and everything. So they just have to speed ramp that place so that you can, so far you are seeing what is going on. Then when it gets to an important point again, they start explaining on a normal speed. So in this case, if you want to quickly make an adjustment to the speed of a video, I'll tell you the technicalities, but just so you know, you right click on the cuts you have made to the timeline, like so. This particular cut, for example, if you want to make this edit video on a slower motion, just right click on that cut. Then I see different options I can select from. So now I will locate speed and duration. When you select speed and duration, you see here, it's playing at a 100% speed. Okay. So now I can simply just press, I see if I wanted to play on a slow motion, that is ×2 slower than what it's supposed to be. Just press 50%, press OK. When I press OK, you can see the length of the clip is now extended, because if at normal speed, it will take the video 2 seconds to play that cut. If it takes 2 seconds to play a particular cut at 100% speed, that means at 50% speed, it will take exactly 4 seconds to play that particular video. I'm sure you understand. Okay. Now, when you want to increase the speed, before then, check this effect you just made, the slow motion. See, the speed of the video is now slower than we had it originally to be. So because we have reduced the speed, so it is now playing on slow motion. It can also be extremely slow when you put it on a lesser percentage and ensure to create space on your timeline for it to fit that length when the adjustment is made. Now, let us select the video again and adjust the speed and duration. So let's put it back to 100%. Now you see it has taken the shape and the speed of what a normal playback time would detect. So now I can now simply increase the speed of this video. You cannot just do slow-mo, you can also do fast motion of a particular cut or of a video. So now I will quickly right-click on this video again, go back to speed and duration. Then instead of 100%, for example, I want to play 2 times faster than it is to be played normally. It's just like when we had it for a 2 seconds video, we want to reduce the motion by 50%, by half, basically. We got we got twice the length of that particular cut on the timeline. So if we are to now increase the speed by 200%, that means we'll get half of the time. That means we'll get half of the what's it called? Half of the length of that cut on the timeline. Okay, now let us click OK. So you can see it on your timeline. The cut is now reduced by half. See how fast the video now plays because you have doubled the speed. I've done several works where I will need to increase speed by 2,000. So that will be a very, 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 very fast playback. Okay, so let us haven't learned how to reduce and increase the speed of a particular video clip or cut. We are going to learn the technicalities when we talk about that specifically later. So just simply undo. So just 100% back to 100%, and that is fine. So I'll drag this first clip, this last clip rather, to snap with the end of the second cut. So see, this is a simple cut and join video, which we have done right now. Now, going back to the last cut we made here, we dragged both the video and the audio components, but as it seems now, the video, which this particular clip, the video itself, the original video, it has an audio component, but there was really no sound in it. So that's why we did not hear an extra sound while we were playing. While we were playing this last video, there was no extra sound. When of course we were supposed to get an extra sound from these 2 sounds in the sound layer. All right. So now I would want to delete this the audio component of this video or of this cut on the timeline. So instead of deleting it and go back to the timeline to drag video only, instead of doing that, you can simply click on the audio or video part and both of them will be selected because they are linked. You drag them together so they are linked. When I click on it, I right click and I'll see unlink. When I unlink it, you see one can be selected independent of the other. All right. So if I want to delete just the video now, I can do that. If I want to delete just the audio, I can do that. But let me undo the linking. Okay, so it is now linked. I just undo by pressing Ctrl Z on my keyboard. So it is now linked again. Now, if, for example, again, I still don't want to go towards that stress of clicking on link for me to have my video and audio component unlinked before I make a deleting of either the audio or the video component, depends on the one I would want in that point. I can just simply click on an empty space on the timeline like so. After doing that, I press down my alternate key on the keyboard. Then my alternate is pressed right now. My hand is on the alternate key. Then I'll click on the audio component like so, and it can be selected on its own. So that means instead of unlinking, both of them are still unlinked now, both the video and the audio component, but I have been able to select one of it independent of the other by simply holding alternate on the keyboard to select one part of it. Then I can just quickly delete it. So that is out. So we just have 3 cuts on this video. Just have 3 cuts on this video, and we are good to go. Okay, basically, sometimes you just not want to allow a video just end like that. So it has to end in a cool format. Ensure as you are always editing, ensure to always press Ctrl S, that is save, in case of anything, so your work, you don't lose them. So now you can quickly come to effects. Okay, when you launched your Premiere Pro on the very first time, you will be on, quickly come to this up here. When you launch your Premiere Pro, you will see these various options: the learning, assembly, editing, color, effect, audio, graphics, and library. I would advise you to just click on the effects so your display can be exactly as it is on my own. These arrangements whereby effects are here and all these are here. So I haven't done that. You come to effects here. These are where you have several effects, basic effects though, of what you can do to video and audio. So you click on video transition. I'll click on dissolve. When I click on dissolve, I see cross dissolve. Just click on cross dissolve and drag it to the end of my last cut. And you see what we get here. So it ends like it is closing into a black screen. You see that, right? So I'm sure that is better than just allowing. I'm sure that is better than just allowing your video end like this. You get, so that is it for that. So I haven't understood that. Now let's check out the audio. The audio still just ended a very sharp cut, and that is not so nice for the ears. So you can just simply also come to audio transition. You open the crossfade folder, then you see constant gain, constant power, exponential fade. Now I will always choose constant gain at the beginning of an audio file, especially an audio file which did not start from the beginning of the audio. For example, an audio file which I made a cut somewhere within the audio as it's already playing, I will preferably drag the constant gain audio transition to the beginning of that audio, say like so that there is this build up of the sound, you get. So let's check what the effect is like here. You see, so that is beautiful. So I can now, for the end parts, I will always choose exponential fade, so that it fade exponentially into 0. Okay. See that? Just listen. See, it fades into 0. Now, while you're working on audio, while you're looking at all this, ensure to always come to this place. All right. This one just by the side of the timeline. Ensure to always check it out so you can know the level of your audio. So even if I am working on a project on a video editing and I cannot hear, for example, my speaker is bad, for example, that is not even advice. You don't work with a speaker that is bad, all right? So I will just quickly, while working, check here. Now let's play this stuff again. And while you watch this part, what happens here? See, right? So now, having seen that, you should now know that the audio, when your audio is playing on the timeline, that is the meter that reads the level of the audio, that means the volume and all that. And that volume of audio is recorded in decibels, that is dB, decibels. Now on this last measurement reading of this bar, you can see what it reads, dB. Okay, so you should always make sure that the level of your sound, even if there are various audio components that are under a particular video edit, both sound effects, both the music bed or somebody talking, ensure that everything, the loudness of all of them accumulated does not exceed 0 decibel. In fact, the music you hear, everything you hear, the professional stuff you hear out there, the sound does not exceed 0 decibel. Okay, that is why any song you drag to your timeline, you see that as it is playing, no one exceeds 0 decibel, because professionals have worked on the sound and ensure that none of the volume level passes 0 decibel. So always make sure that when you do edits, your audio files does not pass 0 decibel. So when for a music bed, like this music is supposed to be playing and somebody is talking, I'll basically just try to reduce the volume of the audio so I can hear the person that is speaking while the music plays as a normal music bed, instead of having the audio file, the music bed, so loud and the person is talking. There'll be a click. That means it will pass 0 decibel. Now, how do you know if your sound has passed 0 decibels or not? While we are playing, you can see these bars on top of this meter. They are the sounds as they are playing. The bars did not grow above 0 decibel. Now, if it reaches 0 decibel, what you will see is that there will be a red indication, like a red alert, that this sound is above 0 decibel. Now, for example, let me increase the volume of this video so you can see what I mean. Let's say I add extra 8 decibel, or just gain by 8 decibel. Okay, now watch that stuff. You can basically hear that the sound of the music is now louder. You can see, right? So as the bars are hitting the 0 decibel mark, you can see this red indication, this red alert, showing that that sound is very bad because it has exceeded 0 decibel. So I'll quickly make an adjustment to the audio again and take it back to, since I had it set to gain by 8 decibel, I'll just come back here, press -8, so that it goes back to 0 decibel as it so you see now you're not going to see that red bar anymore. So now the audio is now perfect. So these basic things we have done rather is the foundation of getting your simple edit workflow and all that. So what you want to do next after you have made an edit like this, of course, after making the edit, you will not just watch it on your Premiere Pro, or that's not how you give it to somebody to watch. You're going to export this video. Okay, now if you want to make an export of this video, just simply, instead of clicking on project panel, or the selection is here or anywhere here, just make sure that you have selected the timeline, like you have selected the timeline, and this blue line is showing around the timeline. Okay, so that means what your selection is on the timeline. Then just come to File, then you open File. Why is it not opening? Okay. Oh my God. Okay, when that happens, just click on File. Okay, it's now showing. Click on File. Oh damn, this is bad. This is bad. Okay, so what you're supposed to do, you click on File, then go to Select Export. But the shortcut, which I would always use normally, as I am on this place, as I've selected this place, just press my keyboard Control M. Control M. So just give it time. So export settings will now show up. So your formats on this place, your format should be selected to H.264 and not any other selection. I'll tell you why when I teach you how to export specifically. Just select H.264. Then on the preset settings for match source high bitrate, you are going to get a higher size of video. So that means 9 MB for just this 7 seconds video. Okay. I select medium bitrate. I'm getting as low as 2 MB for the same video. Meanwhile, the exporting settings determines how clear your video will be. So when I export setting works, if it's a job that needs to be sent to a client, I export it at high bitrate so they get it at the best quality possible. I don't mind the size and all. So for this purpose of this class, so we can have a faster export of the video. I selected medium bitrate so we can have it on a 2 megabytes. Then on this output name, just click on it. Then it will now show you where you want the video to be saved. You make the adjustment. For me, my video is saved on 2022 edited videos, a folder I created within the video folder on the computer. Then down here, the file name, it is highlighted for you to make an adjustment to the name you want to save it with. For example, let's save it. Meanwhile, this file name, it always takes the name of the sequence which you did that video in. All right. It always takes the name of the sequence which that video was done in. So because we dragged the video to the sequence earlier and the name of that video was analog clock, analog wall clock, that is why we are seeing the sequence name to be analog wall clock here. Okay. So now I would just call it trial video. Trial video, press save. Then you see the effect here. It has been affected. The output name is trial video and it will be saved to my computer on users video 2022 edited videos, and this is the name trial video mp4, and this is the quality of the video 1920 times 1080p. That is full HD because the video which we worked on was a full HD video, that is 1080p. So leaving all this, I could just come to the down here and click on use maximum render quality. After doing that, just press export. If your computer RAM and high processor speed, a computer with a low speed, okay? So exported for that job would be, okay? So that is it. Haven't done that, just quickly minimize your Adobe Premiere Pro. Okay, as you minimize Adobe Premiere Pro, just go to your computer, go and locate where that video was stored or saved. Mine is in 2022 edited videos. Then just see my video here, double click, and I see the edit we have made. Okay, let me see if the screen was shared for this purpose as well. Okay. Let me share the screen for this. Share screen. Okay, we can see it, right? Sure. Okay. So this is a video we have edited. So what I want you to do after watching this right now is to try cutting according to bits of the various audio files which are on your course materials, as well as using the stock footages to do some task. Meanwhile, moving forward, we're going to learn about green screens. We're going to learn about adding more effects to your video, learning transition, and learning scaling, learning opacity, learning the various elements that will make your video look professional as possible. However, on this class, you have learned how to make your very first video editing basically by importing, then cutting, then exporting, adding transition, then exporting. So, so you cannot come back to Premiere Pro and do anything else you want to do, or you want to make an adjustment to that video, you quickly make the adjustment. All right. So now, that is the end of this class. I would drop another material for you to consume. Thank you. Until next time, Mr. Stu.